Chat with us in Facebook Messenger. Find out WHAT and APOS happening in the world as it unfolds. Review finds that officer who shot Rice WASN and APOS truthful on job application. Tamir Rice and APOS mother says other officer should be fired. 2 Timothy Lohman, the Cleveland police officer who fatally shot 12-year-old Tamir Rice in 2014, was fired Tuesday, not for the shooting, but because investigators found he WASN and APOS truthful about his employment history when he applied for the job, officials said. The officer who was with Lohman, Frank Garmbach, will be suspended for 10 days because he violated tactical rules relating to how he drove to the scene that day, the CITY and APOS public safety director and the police chief said. An Ohio grand jury declined to criminally charge the officers in 2015. None of the rule violations announced by public safety director Michael McGrath and Chief Calvin Williams directly related to Lohman shooting Rice outside a recreation center as the boy held a toy gun on November 22, 2014. Officer in Tamir Rice shooting and APOS we were basically sitting ducks and APOS and quad after over 2 years of investigation by our agency, the county PROSECUTOR and APOS office, and the SHERIFF and APOS department. I think WE and APOS V come to what we consider a fair conclusion to this process. Williams said. Rice and APOS mother called the actions against Lohman and Garmbach and deeply disappointing. I am relieved Lohman has been fired because he should never have been a police officer in the first place, but he should have been fired for shooting my son in less than 1 second, not just for lying on his application. A statement from Samaria Rice read. And Garmbach should be fired too for his role in pulling up too close to Tamir and Samaria Rice said. And as we continue to grieve for Tamir, I hope this is a call for all of us to build stronger communities together. And the death of Rice, who was African American, came to exemplify the kind of complaints about excessive use of police force that have defined the Black Lives Matter movement. The city settled a wrongful death lawsuit last year with the Rice family for $6 million. LOEHMANN and APOS firing took effect Tuesday morning, and GARMBACK and APOS suspension begins Wednesday. The punishment stems from an internal investigation that resumed in earnest in January 2016 after the grand jury declined to charge the officers. Lohman applied to join CLEVELAFD and APOS police force in 2013 after resigning from the police department in the suburb of Independence and after failing a written exam while applying for a job with police in Maple Heights. But the internal review panel investigating the Rice shooting found he lied or omitted crucial information in his APPLICATION and APOS personal history statement, city officials said. Police shootings, trials and convictions are rare for officers, the review found, according to a letter from McGrath to Lohman. Lohman failed to say that Independence police would have fired him had he not resigned. Lohman was accused in Independence of, among other things, failing to secure his firearm and being insubordinate and untruthful to a superior officer. He also was sent home for a day when he had an emotional breakdown during a state qualification course. Lohman indicated that his reason for leaving Independence police was that he resigned for personal reasons. He answered when asked whether he received any disciplinary actions. He answered falsely when asked whether any other department disqualified him for employment. The review found. Lohman shot Rice, who was holding a toy gun, after a witness called 911 to report that someone was brandishing a gun in a park outside the center. The caller noted that the person was probably a juvenile and that the gun was probably fake. Records show. But a dispatcher did not share the qualifiers with the responding officers, Lohman and Garmbach. Video showed police fired at Tamir Rice less than 2 seconds after arriving on scene. Video of the incident shows Lohman, then a trainee, arriving in a squad car driven by Garmbach. The car moves close to Rice, and less than 2 seconds after the vehicle arrives, Lohman shoots the boy. TWO months ago, the dispatcher who relayed the report to officers, Constance Hollinger, was suspended for 8 days without pay for failing to mention those details.